Hey everybody, Ashindor here. Today I'm going to dive back into the Gauntlet and try to play a few more draft games. I've got a quest for Magmar, so we're going to go ahead, open up the Gauntlet. I've already started a run, but I haven't drafted anything yet, so since I've got the quest, and because I really had quite a lot of fun last time around playing with Magmar, we're going to go ahead and go with them again for this run. So I thought I would basically just go through drafting the deck and then play maybe one game. It's going to be a fairly short video today. So right off the bat, we've got Spirit Harvester, which is pretty cool for board clear. We've got Grow, which is a battle pet, but otherwise it's a very strong battle pet. And then Dust Wailer, which is one of the new cards for this month. I have not had a chance to play it. I have no thoughts on how strong it is. As fun as Grow is, I think Spirit Harvester is just going to be all around good stuff. Well, alright then, apparently the game did not, well, you know, okay, so Ion no, Profit no, so we'll go double Spirit Harvester. Okay, do I want to take Planar Scout for an early airdrop, or do I want to take Storm Metal for some late game punching? I'm going to go with Storm Metal. Healing Mystic, pretty easy choice there. Ooh, okay, so I could go with Hailstone at 4 or at Blood Tear at 1 to be able to ping some things. I've got some big muscle up top already. I'm going to go ahead and take the Blood Tear. Alright, our first epic. Okay. So we got Sobero, which can trade with big neutrals. We've got Mind Steal, which can be fun but is very unreliable. Or I've got Bounded Life Force as a potential kind of all-in win condition. And I think I'm going to go with the Bounded Life Force, because that could potentially be a surprise win out of nowhere against some decks. Okay, so I could take Earthwalker, which is a pretty, like, generic, you know, nothing special, but also not a huge problem. I could grab Golden Mantella, which would draw me a card to replace it. I've also had good success with Dampening Wave, because it allows you to pull off, you know, decent combat trades without taking additional damage, but it is a card that, you know, takes up a slot and can be, you know, only situationally good. We don't really have anything at our mid-slot yet. I'm going to go ahead and take Golden Mantella. Okay, so I could play Nasher to have a body with some AoE attached to it. I could play Komodo Chargers, or I could take Plasma Storm. The thing is, with 2 Spirit Harvesters already, I don't know that Plasma Storm makes a whole lot of sense as having like additional mass removal. But you know what? Better to have multiple ways to kill a bunch of stuff. This is just getting ridiculous now. Double Plasma Storm, I guess. Alright, I've got to pick some things that do not cost 5 mana. This is insane. Alright, so Beastmaster doesn't make a whole lot of sense. My 5 slot is getting pretty full. I could take Flash, which would let me get some of that expensive stuff out more quickly. Or I could go for the Unstable Leviathan, ridiculously over-the-top monster, but that could also backfire. I'm going to go for maybe the conservative play here and just take Flash Reincarnation. Repulsor Beast, I think. I feel like I should take Natural Selection. I'm actually going to take the ranged minion here, partly good so I can have another early drop, but also I think it's important to have a little bit of range capability. I'll go with the Shield Master there. It's not a bad pickup. Alright, so I want Grow, Tethermancer, or Windrunner. See, a 1/6 Provoke that dispels is not something that's not something I play a whole lot in Constructed, but it might be worthwhile here. But I could also take Grow to have another early drop that can potentially get out of control. I'm not really thinking about Windrunner here. I think I'm gonna go with Grow. I like direct damage, but I don't think I have anything right now that turns into an egg, so it's basically a shock. I think I'm going to take the Grimrock. It really, really wants me to have Plasma Storms. Okay, so do I want to play... I'm just going to... I could take a Dragon Bone just to have another giant monster to play, but like at this point I'm more worried about my early game. I've got some pretty tough stuff up front. Okay, so Veteran Silithar does have Rebirth, but it's a little weak post-nerf. I could take the Arrangement, but so Daywatcher I think has the potential to be really good here, particularly if I play as that. So I think I'm going to grab that. Not particularly good, potentially good in some situations, but Yun, even though it's a battle pet, is just a very beefy battle pet, so I think he makes maybe the most sense. So do I want a 3-4 that deals the damage initially, just on play, or a 3-3 for 4 that deals it when it dies? I feel like the Death Blighter makes more sense, but I also feel like the Gnasher will be easier to play in most situations, but it can also be played around. I'm going to take the Gnasher just because my curve is already a little top heavy. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 spells, and then I have my Bloodborne spell. Do I have any other Arcanists right now? Stay Watcher and Arcanist? No. So I could grab Albi's Sage just to have a 4 power minion that gets bigger, or I could go for Cannon just to have a ranged minion. But this thing dies to so many different effects so easily, and I have no other mech cards. I think I'm going to take the Albeast. Alright, I could take Ghost Links, which is maybe a little inconsistent. Amu is again just an aggressively statted battle pet, but you know, Dire Tide can potentially be pretty brutal. Young Silithar. That's another like solid early drop for us. That's good. Again, I'm not keen on the natural selection in this situation, just because I've got stuff that could be pretty weak. But another Primus is probably always good. Do I want a Veteran Silithar or do I want Claws? The answer is always Claws. Flamewing. Big old flyer, that's always good. We'll go with the Primordial just for the buff, because the buff onto like the Veil Hunter or something could be pretty good. No. I don't think I've ever seen this be used effectively, but to be honest, I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and take the Pointer Scout, I guess. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things I can play early, so I am not looking too bad on that front. Jaxi could be really good. I've already got a Golden Mantella, but I think I'm gonna take the Mantella. That is actually probably the wrong choice, but oh, Dancing Blades, definitely. As hilarious as it would be to be able to drop Albeast and Prismatic at the same time in a Gauntlet deck, I don't know if that is necessarily the right choice. Because this thing will wipe all of my illusions if I have to play a Plasma Storm, which means, practically speaking, I can only trigger that with 1, 2, 3, and then the Bloodborne spell. I'm going to take Windrunner. Nothing in here really tells us to play something other than Vath, so we're going to play as Vath. Alright, let's see if this massive pile of just random crap and 5 mana removal effects will be able to do a whole lot.
Vanar versus
first matchup with Vanar.
Magmar.
Okay, so I am going to replace Bounded Life Force, obviously, and I've got a handful of cheap stuff, so Flash Reincarnation I don't necessarily need. Let's go ahead and replace that. This looks pretty good, actually. I like this quite a bit. What does my opponent have for us today? Replace? I think I may replace Dire Tide Frenzy. Because nothing here is going to want to get too much into the thick of it. Okay. So... I think what I'm going to do here is move up, play Windrunner, and then drop a Planar Scout right there, where it can move to take that mana tile. Chromatic Gold, okay. I'm honestly fine with you dropping that on the Windrunner. So, I think here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move my Planar Scout over here. I'm going to move down here and drop a Veil Hunter here. And then I'm going to play my Primus Shieldmaster there. So that'll hopefully keep him locked down. He can't hit any of my units with his Warbird spell. So now I'll be able to move my Veil Hunter one direction or the other unless she has like another Chromatic Cold or something. And then I will hopefully be able to keep her locked down a little bit with the Shieldmaster. Start building up my strength on the next turn. Okay, so that is definitely 3 damage to all enemies around it. Okay, so what I really want to do is move my blocker up this way, move my range minion back here, kill this with my general and just take the damage, and then use Day Watcher to build that health back up. And then I'm going to drop the Day Watcher here. Kill that. Do like that. And we're done. Okay. Fenrir Warmaster? Interesting. I'm gonna replace the Planar Scout there. Okay, so not 100% clear on what she was wanting to accomplish with that, but I think what I'm going to do is move up here, drop Shieldmaster, move that guy there. Okay, fair enough. What have you got going on here? Works for me. Another Fenrir, okay. Alright, so I'm gonna replace the Plasma Storm here. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do first is go ahead and overload. Well, alright, so I got 7 mana, 2, so I can overload and play these two things. Okay, so I'm gonna play the man. I'm gonna play the young Silithar right there. Drop the Golden Mantella right there. Okay, fair enough. Let's go ahead and hit you. Ping you. And I'm going to drop the flyer right there, because, you know, why not? It's a battle pet. It's fine. She have 11 damage on a hand here without... Okay. Spirit of the Wild? Okay. Two mana? I think she may just be sort of playing out... Maybe she's got something? Blood Tear, draw me to 6, or 7. Okay. I think that's a game. Alright. Pretty strong opening game there. Victory. Alright, so I think I'm actually going to call it for now. That was a pretty good draft. I think I actually liked playing the deck pretty well. I really liked Daywatcher. I'm going to try to make another video when I've got a little bit more time of trying to go for a few more wins with this thing. But for now, that was Magmar Gauntlet. And until next time, have a good one.